Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Madcapper and this is another video on Watcher of Realms and another in our series of I Built Them So You Don't Have to. Today, we're going to talk about Ai. Ai is one of my favorite champions. It's Valentine's Day and why not bring out the one champion that there might be a little bit of room in my heart, other than of course my wonderful fiance Amanda. A little bit of room in my heart for Ai. She is quirky, she is cool, she has a unique kit. And you can build her in multiple ways, which is something you can't say about a lot of champions in this game. So why don't we, without further ado, get into Ai. First things first, let's break down Ai's kit and what makes her so unique. Now, I have her as an A5, but take a look at her here. She's even without gear. She's just crushing life. We'll talk about her gear because there's two ways to build her. But first, let's take a look at her skill set. Her ultimate, which is, let's not start with the ultimate. Let's just start with her attack. She summons one ice seed on the ground. The ice seed transforms into a crystal bomb after a period of time. What's a crystal bomb? Glad you asked. A crystal bomb explodes when enemies pass by, dealing magic damage equal to 200% attack and freezing them for a whopping 1.5 seconds. Her passive is Frost Bomb Increment. Performing a summon on a crystal bomb enhances it, stacking up to 2 times. After the first enhancement, crystal bomb deals magic damage equal to 440% attack and inflicts freeze. After the second enhancement, it deals AoE damage equal to 680% attack and inflicts freeze, forming a zone that slows down enemies for 3 seconds. Everything about this kit is amazing. There's also awakenings. We'll go over those. Now, her ultimate is, when activated, every attack immediately summons a crystal bomb for 25 seconds. So you no longer have to worry about it being a non-bomb. You'll see it in the show how her ultimate really just kind of speeds up everything, especially when she's summoning on top of another crystal. Then you get to that extra level really quick. So we have her fully maxed out. Let's talk about her awakenings here. Her awakening 1 increases the damage of crystal bomb by 50%. A2 is an attack, which is nice because, of course, she's an attack modifier. The explosion caused by each crystal bomb affects 2 additional targets when it is not enhanced or only enhanced 1 time, which is nice because if you're doing things like Gear Raid 1, which we'll show her in, there's a good chance you're not going to be able to get to that level 2 and level 3. So if it's enhanced 0 or 1 time, it does affect 2 additional targets, which helps spread the bomb and the freeze. Keep in mind there's a 1.5 second freeze on that. Awakening 4, just rage regen auto +1, which is nice. And then Awakening 5, freeze effect all crystal bomb 1 second. So an extra second of freeze. 1 full second extra of freeze. Absolutely ridiculous overall set. Now, let's talk about how to build her. There's 2 different ways. I actually don't even know why I don't have her in her set right now. It's a fine question, and I'm missing some gear. I cleared out my gear to do some major farming, so everything's actually unequipped to champions I don't normally use, so that's fine. We can just borrow, beg, steal from someone else here just to see. Now, what do we want from her? Well, we're going to build her the way I most commonly use her. We'll talk about the secondary way. I might even build out one kind of example of how you can use her in a secondary way, and that is either fast attack or high damage. Now, you still want faster attack, but it's about the priority. So there you are, you sneaky. And then we're going to go with secondary speed as well, and we want attack. Perfect there. So look at the speed we get her up to, 649. And let's show her in the first 2 places. I'm going to take her into, because I have it unlocked right now, we're going to take her into the basic, what are they called? The faction trials. All right, so here we are in basic trial. I got 1 fight left, and we turned off Power of Dominance. Sorry, you can see right there. Power of Dominance is turned off. Now we have this team here. All epic team. We're not using a Lord on, we're using a Lord for these guys, but we're definitely not using a Lord for her, which I probably will. Why not? Let's give her a Lord. Why doesn't she deserve a Lord? You guys are hurtful and hateful. But I won't put Cyrus in there. I feel like that's a little bit much. We could always put where are you? Raiden. We'll put Raiden in. Now I'm gonna do one thing. So the gear check. So this is what I use for control, and this will be Gear Raid 1, and we'll show that in a minute. So the attack is okay, but the biggest thing is that 649, getting that minus 2.7 second interval. This is a control variant, so it's not about the damage. It's about just pumping out as many crystals out there to slow everything down so that Boreas can do his job. Freeze, Boreas, extra damage. Amazing. She just helps on that left side for Gear Raid 1. But before we do that, I want to show her in faction trials where she is one of the major dealers. So we're actually going to change her gear out. I think we're going to go with this, which we're going to keep some of that speed, but we're definitely going to up her damage quotient as well. So we've swapped her here. Now let's take a look at her skills, her gear. Let's take a look at her totals. So now she's got 14,000 attack. She's still holding on to a pretty respectable 398 total speed at near 100% crit rate with 288 crit damage. So this is how we're going to use her in the battle. Now, you probably want to see the rest of the champions we'll be using. So absolutely, we're going to be using Aeona. Aeona's going to have 10,000 at 91% 282. This is just what I use her in her faction trials, so we didn't add anyone else. We're going to be plopping down Gluttony there for a little while. He doesn't have anything special. 10-9, 3.2 second, 282 crit damage. We're going to be using Olog. Big thing here, he's just got 80+ thousand HP. That's his big deal. And same with Baron. Baron is strictly just all about survivability here. 80-some thousand HP. That's everything we're about here. We're also going to use Mari. Mari is going to be there just to help with control. She's got the 600 speed. She's got that top speed, and that's really going to help with that vulnerability piece. So she's going to keep dropping down that magic vulnerability, which is really going to help us overall with our damages. Of course, from her, well, it's a slow as well, I should say. Slow. She's got the physical vulnerability and the magic vulnerability on her passive. So lots of stuff going on well with her. Plus, we can just ult and keep everyone locked in place. What else do we have? Who else haven't we shown? Vortex is just a healer. I mean, I don't think you need to see what he's about, but let's show you. We're sitting at 100% healing effect. We're looking at actually really low attack. I probably should rebuild him. I have him lower attack, but really high speed. Probably I need a little more, or sorry, he's an HP because I'm an idiot. It's obviously too early for me. 33,000 health and 539 speed and 100% healing, effective healing. So that's kind of how we have everyone built. These two won't see the light of day, so I think that's all of them. Good. So, oh, and I guess also she's built for Guild Boss. So again, you're going to see less healing, heal effect 71, 390 speed, 7782 attack. So her total attack will be around 13. There you go. 1.7 interval. So that's the entire team. How do I build them out? Well, we're going to be using Ai to do lots of the damage. So in order to do that, we're going to have to pop her this way so she can put as many of those ice crystals in the direct path here, and then we're just gonna hope and pray. Really, is what's going. No, we're actually gonna speed it up. It doesn't really need much. So we're gonna put Olag down first. He's gonna have to be able to tank some hits. So it's more important that we get him up and able to tank some of these hits that these guys are gonna come in, because we need to get Baron down. To make sure that we can stop the other side. So these two are going to smack on Olag, but Olag being Olag is absolutely going to be able to take it. And then we're going to put Aeona down. Aeona is going to be the damage dealer to get rid of the finale. She's going to be there just to control and deal damage. Now these two are going to be able to sneak through, but they're going to hit that big bad ice crystal at the end there, and that's going to freeze them as soon as the vulnerability goes away. Please, soon. We're going to pop his ult just to be safe. And there we go. We're going to put Vortex down. That's going to add heals, shields. You saw how the two of them got popped almost immediately. We're going to drop that down. Now, the second thing we're going to do is add a little vulnerability now. And we're going to drop Mari right here. So that's going to help immensely with that, with the decreased or increased vulnerability, I guess is the best way to put it. We can actually let them go. And then we're going to put Vortex here, and that's going to help us get back and forth on these ones as I go. And then we're going to actually add Gluttony to the mix last, And Gluttony is going to come over to this side just to help things out. The more the merrier. It's all fine once the vulnerability goes away. You see how a lot of these now are being popped by her crystals. Let's get the boosting going on. Yeah, so he's gonna die here. That's it. Just we can't have healing in all the places, so we have to pick and choose our battles. Now we're gonna pop her ult, and we're just gonna try to kill him as best we can. We need some survivability right now. We're also gonna do this. This is gonna give us some control on that back line here, while I continues to put up more crystals. We can even put her down. I don't even know if she's in gear, but anything to help. Actually, our boy is going to come back, Gluttony. So let's there, dead, good. And now it's just these final things here. We can even do this. Right, I doubt they'll even make it there. We'll see what those crystals do. Now, you can extrapolate this to anywhere that you need to control and damage dedicated lanes of champions, just about anywhere in the game. This is exactly what she does. This is exactly what she can do. I won't stop it because these are kind of the last ones. Boom. There you are. It's not going to be our fastest run, but that was a pretty easy run. There wasn't any real touch and go. Let's see what the damages show. And the damages show, of course, I doing 12 million damage. Of course she is. She's hitting just about everything along the way. And then Aona is kind of cleaning up. But the star of the show, and you can just see how much damage she can do in Faction Trial. But this, you can put this anywhere. This damage build can be done anywhere that you need to have some control and lots of damage. And that's how you build it out. Speed's king, because the quicker you can get those crystals down, the better. And there's your basic trial. We also just happen to have... No, that's the wrong one. I was like, hey, did we also get... No. It's the cultist, and she is not a cultist. She's not a cultist, is she? No, okay, yeah, right. She's with Boreas, whatever. So that's fine. That I use her there. What I do, and we can't show it, unfortunately, because we can't see the trial of the Esoterus, which is coming tomorrow. She controls, I put her facing the far left side where they all come down, streaming down, and she just does the same thing. Now, I don't use her as full damage, you could, but I use her as control, and I'll show you that in Gear Raid 1, which is where I use her as much as I use her there. I still, by the way, for my faction trial, I do use but I face her that way instead of that way, so that she's killing all those ads, all those the shielded dudes. And I put Boreas down in where I put Mari. I put Boreas down facing that way as well. And when you combine the two of them facing the right, they just clean house. And of course, with power dominance, it's a very quick fight. I don't even have to put down the tanks. I just do out of habit. But with power dominance and Boreas, now Boreas, because I use in a control, which I'm going to show you in a minute here, Boreas is doing most of the damage, not She still does quite a bit of damage, but she's there just to facilitate him. She's there to stall the left side in Gear Raid 1. She's there in Esoterus to stall the far right, far left. She's there as a stall and a freeze and a slow. And then, of course, Boreas, because of his extra damage to frozen targets, it just synergizes so very well. And we'll kind of see that here. Again, we can turn off power dominance. I don't even know why, but I will. Can I? Oh, it is off. I've been running it. I've been running this the whole time without it. So there you go. So that makes a whole lot of sense, actually. So the gear that I typically use, let's swap back here. I believe Ardea is sitting on my gear, which is giving me a whole lot more speed at the sacrifice of her damage. So if you need that damage on the left side, maybe you bring it in, but I don't. This is the team I use. I'm just going to use my full team. I'm not going to try to do an all epic team. I'm not in the space to be able to pull that off. But So this eye, we've already showed her numbers. We're using Laurel as a generator. We're going to use Boreas here. He's sitting at 16k attack, 531 attack speed, 258 crit damage. I probably could sacrifice some of the attack speed for crit damage, but I don't. Again, once we have a build that works, we just leave it alone. I'd use Cyrus or Cerberus just at the beginning, but you can see his gear real quick. 20,000 attack, 276 crit damage. I don't even remember who all is in this. Oh, and then we use the trifecta. So we're using Autumn. She's missing gear. No big deal. We'll just give her back. Probably you. I don't even think it matters. It's just about survivability, so she doesn't get killed as they're loping around. So we're just using her to generate. She's got inspiration. We're also using her to generate crit rate and crit damage. And then we've got Dolores, of course, generating inspiration. Here's her gear. Again, she's got the inspiration. I don't even know if I use her invigoration set properly in this one. We'll try to use it properly this time. And then we have Hollow, who of course is going to heal and generate rage. And we have Vortex, you've already seen. And then at the very end, we have Ardea, and she's got boom, 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 boom. I mean, you literally saw her gear on someone else, 26k at 398, and she's just there to help knock down the boss. So here we go. Here's the team. Here's what we're gonna do it. All right, so here we go. Take 3. We're gonna put I down first. Now she's control, so we just want to get as many of those crystals out as possible. The more, the merrier. Doesn't really matter where they land. We're gonna put Big Daddy Boreas down. Then we're gonna put Dolores down right here. She takes a little longer to rage regen, so that's why we put her down first. Then we're gonna put Autumn down. Now we've got the trifecta of beauty, and then we can even put Cerberus down. Let's see if we can kick some spittle that way. Okay, now we're gonna face her up. There's a reason for that, and we'll talk about it in a minute. We're good. We can just. Now we're gonna pop alts here. We're gonna get some healing pointed up again. Very important to point it up. Okay, now Boreas is doing his thing. We can actually generate because we want to have that increased healing as well to ensure our right side survives. Now we're gonna pop Laurel here, and then we're gonna pick her up, and that's gonna give everyone a nice little boost on their rage regen. Now we're going to put her in the middle. The reason why, we want her to lose health. We don't want her healed. She will not die. So that just means we're getting more damage up the middle when we don't boost her. So now we can just run this in full speed. We can do that again. I don't like it in full speed because the timings tend to fall off. Another thing I can do and do often is until Laurel's coming down, we'll just throw Cyrus in there just to give some heat. What I've found is I kind of kill some of them too quickly, and so I don't make full use of her. See where he put the totem up there? That's because there were no living enemies down by the wall where he'd normally put that totem, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, but it's okay. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to pull. We're going to throw him down. Why not? We need to get to this. Just for safety, we'll do this. And we're going to wait until Boreas is ready with his ult. There we go. Let's get all of them. Boom. Everyone gets in on the act. And I think we can speed that up again. And then now he's down, which means guess what? We can put her in. I'm actually going to keep her on the field of battle here. We're going to generate. And we're going to pull. We're going to do that because they're coming around now. We're going to pop, pop, pop. We're going to put Big We're gonna put Big Daddy Cyrus down to assist until Laurel is ready. Again, saving. Now you see how Ardea's got no health at all, right? But she can't, those auras aren't hitting her. So she can sit there with 0 health and get her maximum damage, which is what we want. And we're at 56, so let's go. Time, we can pop him up. We're gonna put Laurel down. But we're not gonna remove her just yet, because we're gonna be able to get an ult here, here, here. Then we can pop her. There we go. And then we'll do that to generate. Now at this point, if you brought in someone else rather than a Cyrus, and you could bring extra damage on that left side, or if you have her built as damage, she'll do the job for you certainly. But I don't change it out. You probably could to min-max it because she's not doing nearly as much damage now. It's only the 4 spots that are doing any sort of damage. So it does kind of reduce her usability at this point. Now we can put him right in the middle and get some extra out of here. We got another ult already ready. We can speed this up. As you can see, we're off to the races now. One guy's still trying to relive the glory of his yesteryear. Hey, we even got a Cerberus ult. That's nice. Maybe if he dies, we can get Laurel back on. He definitely doesn't want to die, though. Good on him. He's a trooper. So because he's got a maxed out artifact that does the healing, he's actually keeping himself alive because he's not being touched. So it's funny, I can't actually do anything about that. There you go, killed. Obviously this is a Boreas strat, but I just makes it a little bit quicker on that left side. We'll show you the overall damage here. Probably not going to be the fastest. I think in my fastest I might bring Silas at the very end just to help burst the boss down. But you can see here where the damage is at. She's control. So she's not doing major damage, but she is doing some damage. But more importantly, she's absolutely adding control. She's improving the damage that Boreas can do, and that's overall helping the strat. So there's a couple places I use I. Where do you use I? Let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, she is one of my favorite champions. I hope you enjoy her as well with either build, either a control build with speed or a full damage build. Either one can be useful. Either one can be useful in Gear Raid 1, in faction trials, in esoteric faction trials, in any sort of area where you need to control the flow of champions, and monsters as you're trying to take them down. Yeah, she's amazing. I love her. Most importantly, please like, subscribe, notify, share with your friends, family, and loved ones. Have a happy Valentine's, and be kind, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.